Hey y'all, welcome back to the DIY Entrepreneurs Reaction Show. I'm so glad you decided to tune in with me today. Go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you're not already a subscriber. I would really appreciate it. We're going to be checking out another Shark Tank pitch, so let's check it out.
Next up is an accessory line made from a unique recycled material.
Hi Sharks, my name is Tristan Ikaika Kanyo Persons. I'm from Orem, Utah, and I'm seeking $250,000 in exchange for 5% of my business. Sharks, what if I told you that I stole a spoon from my mom's kitchen drawer, created a ring, and turned it into money-making madness? You probably wouldn't believe me, but that's exactly what I've done. Here's the tea. I travel all around the world collecting spoons and inspiration, and I create customized collections based specifically on my experiences. Through my social media, I do a drop once a month, and guess what? Guess what?
Waters.
It sells out in minutes. Minutes. My drops created these online frenzies, and when I say frenzies, I mean I literally have people camping out in their work bathrooms, fighting thumb and thumb just to try to secure a ring before it sells out. Do you realize how crazy that is? I just woke up one day and I was the ring freaking king. This is because I have utilized the power of branding, social media, and the unique world of Gen Z to build a firebrand off of myself. Sharks, I am such a branding genius that I could even take a spoon that's been in Mr. Wonderful's mouth and turn it into a work of art that any of you sharks would be obsessed with. So Sharks, who wants to put a ring on it and spoon with me?
Let's see them.
Sharks, you each have your own customized press boxes in front of you. You're gonna open it and dump that cup of water behind the box with your name on it.
Ah.
Listen, I was just talking to somebody about an experience when you get something delivered to you. What does this have to do with the metal, with the spoon, and the jewelry? Does it come with the water? Okay, anyway.
It's Chihuahua caramba!
Oh my God.
That is very cool.
Thank you. Open it up, see what's inside. Open it up, yeah.
Wow. Oh, that is beautiful.
Wow.
So this was a press box I did.
That is nice.
So you're getting a full experience.
That's a presentation.
Thank
These
you.
are all made from
Like
spoons?
that.
So that's where it started, and then it eventually evolved. But when I was 12 years old, I saw a family friend with a spoon ring, and I told my dad I thought it was the coolest thing. And he took me to the garage. We literally stole one of my mom's spoons, and we just beat it into a ring. Well, I wore that ring for years. Fast forward to when I was 17, and my dad had a heart attack.
Sorry.
I remember sitting there with him right before he went into open heart surgery, and I just understood how short life was. He got through it, and things were really rough. And then my mom got diagnosed with breast cancer.
No.
And in that moment, I had made a promise to myself that I was never going to be a burden to them. I was going to do everything in my power to take care of them, physically, emotionally, financially. So I stole my sister's camera so I would use it to make money. And I had this dream of traveling the world. And I would just hustle and go on a trip and then be broke again. And I noticed a comment on one of my Instagram pictures that says, "Does anyone know where Tristan gets his rings?" And I was like, okay, maybe I can sell some, make some for the people who want them, and then I'll figure out my next step.
How long ago was this, Tristan?
This was in 2017. So I went to the thrift store, bought some 25-cent spoons, threw them on my website, and that night I sold out of 155 rings.
Wow.
And I made $4,000, and I literally thought I was ready to retire. Like I was coming for your chair right there. Eventually, I had to evolve. Bending thousands of spoon rings by hand wasn't a sustainable business model, so I really focused on manufacturing. I work with a supply chain company. I design them, start to finish, 3D CADs, all that. We send them over. They're made.
How many followers do you have on Instagram?
70,000.
Then what about other platforms?
I just started posting on TikTok. I have 15,000 there.
Fast forward to today.
Yes.
What are your sales overall?
So sales overall are 2.1 million.
2.1. Good for you.
What about year to
Year
date?
to date, 575,000.
Okay, so people know drops is like is a sale that you have,
Yeah.
and it's just a one-time sale,
Yeah.
and you put out your collection or whatever it is you're dropping,
Yes.
and when they're gone, they're gone.
They're gone, absolutely.
Right. How often do you have your drops?
So I have my drops once a month right now.
Okay, so do you sell outside of the drops at all?
No.
And what's the average price of a ring?
$50.
So for your last drop,
Yeah.
How many pieces and what was the total revenue from those pieces?
So I sold 3,200 units, and the revenue was 155,000.
Wow.
Tristan, when you do a drop, how
Yeah.
quickly do your rings sell out?
This last one was just about 24 hours. I've had some that are like 20 minutes.
Tristan, you're unique, I get it. You're a one-man band. I give you $250,000,
What?
and then you get run over by a bus.
What he gonna do?
How's that going to work out?
So you'd be out of money, and I'd be so sorry for you. But I need
It's the most honest
infrastructure.
answer we've ever heard in the channel.
I mean, that is a problem here, right?
Yeah, so right now it's a very lean team. I'm really proud of myself for how far I've been able to take things. I'm very resourceful. So I think from watching the show, literally from when I was 10 years old, I think instilled in me to believe in myself. No matter the cards you are dealt, you're allowed to work hard.
So the challenge, Tristan, is how do you grow?
Yeah.
Right? Because if you do too many drops, it kind of defeats the whole purpose of doing a drop.
Yeah.
Is it new lines? Is it new brands? How do you scale this?
One would be a core collection that is a good introduction to the brand. It doesn't take away from drops because I've worked so hard to build that hype and I want to be careful with it. But I'm leaving money on the table when people come to my site and there's nothing to buy.
Tristan, how old were you when you started the business?
I was
And how old are you now?
19, I was fresh out of high school, and now I'm 22.
I think that you have a very cool model.
This baby, 22 years old, makes rings out of spoons. Made $2.1 million last year, was it? Or total? He started in 2017, but dude.
Here, and this is a great business for you, but I don't think it's investable for me. I'm sorry, I'm out.
Did he answer what he wanted
You know,
to do
I
with the
continue to
money?
evolve. I really want to take this business as far as I can and reach the full potential with it.
It's obvious that this is a very emotional business for you.
Absolutely.
For me to give you an offer, it would take a sufficient amount of your company, the
Yeah.
proper valuation, and then I'm going to break your heart.
Well, I'm here to talk.
Listen, we've all been here long enough, and I know the proper valuation, so I'm not going to insult you. I'm out.
Last year I did $720,000 in sales, and I netted close to 60% of that, like 440,000. So I understand at scale that margin won't stay the same. For me, it's
I mean, you solved
also
your
about-
original problem, but worried about being broke. I mean, I look at this as a really unique deal. I mean, you're it. There's nobody else. I'm really intrigued. So I'm going to make you an offer,
Okay.
but it reflects the risk inherent in this deal.
Yeah.
You know, I have a lot more followers than you do. Maybe some percentage of them I can turn into buyers. I don't know how many.
Yeah.
Because I can tell you guys both hit the same demographic.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I'm going to give you the $250,000. It has some terms to it.
That was
I want to be your partner. It's 50-50. I want 50%, and you have to buy. Wait a second, silence. I don't need the noise.
Oh, my Lord.
You're going to have to buy Keyman insurance in case the bus does you in, because I am worried about that.
Okay.
And then I'm going to work with you to blow this up. I have a lot of people I can work with to make that happen. I've got so many businesses that are synergistic to what you do.
And he's going to take insurance out on you as well, which that worries me too.
Why is that good?
Laurie better said, which that worries me too. I know he gonna put insurance on the man, and
For me, for you to get run over. Obviously, you are the whole business, not some of it. You're 100%.
Yeah.
Okay?
well, gonna be
I love that
50% if
offer.
you take your deal.
Very creative.
Of course you do.
But Tristan, you know, fashion's a very talent-driven business.
Let me just recap his offer. He has to get insurance, Keyman insurance, but then he wants 50% of the business for the $250K. I'm surprised he didn't put a royalty on it, but and he's going to share it with his followers.
You've got to have the talent, the eye, the feel on both the product side and the marketing side. Right? And to Laura's point, it's a great business for you, but you haven't really been able to communicate what's next. What can you do to make this a $5 million or $10 million business? Because it's not just having more drops and more rings.
So this year I'm projecting 1.6 million on just the drops. Where the scaling will come from, I think, is the core collection of rings, and then I really wanted to break into other categories, and that category expansion will just make the brand bigger and wider. And
Well, are you ready to give somebody 50% for that?
no,
Oh, but think of the value I bring. Here you are in Shark Tank, right in front of Mr. Wonderful, who gave you a fantastic offer.
50% is too much.
Counter.
Well, you can count
Should we
it.
be willing to
But
go?
starting from 50?
I have an offer for you.
Okay.
All right, Barbara.
2 sharks are out. Tristan has an offer on the table from Kevin for 50% of his spoon ring company, Tristan Ikaika. But Barbara is also interested.
I'll give you the 250 for only 20%.
I'll do it for 15%.
Oh, what a creepy guy.
Whoa, Kevin. Okay, so Kevin at first was doing 50% and wanted to make sure he had insurance. Barbara came in and said she'll give him the $250K for 20%. He only came in offering 5%. And so Kevin just jumped from 50 to 15 in order to beat Barbara. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Wow, Kevin,
down
what a
35%.
Why would you do that?
I just feel
what
a
a
real
drop.
connection here. You know, the old style of in the
Suddenly a
Renaissance
connection.
period. You remember the patron and the young artist? That's how I feel about it.
Now you're in a funding frenzy.
Okay, okay, so
You got 2 sharks wrapped around your finger.
Yeah, and Tristan, I'll simplify it. I just don't see your path to scale. In order for me to get involved, I've got to see a path to 5, 10, 15 million in sales. So for those reasons, I'm out.
okay, 250 for, you're at 20
Yes, I am.
and you're at 15. Okay, this definitely is,
You know what? Kevin is willing to take a deal of 5% under, just to undercut me because he's a bastard. That's the way he rolls.
No, he's not. He's
Yes,
Mr. Wonderful.
Kevin, you do it all the time. There's nothing wonderful about you. That's why that name is so preposterous. He's not the cool you want to be. He's an animal. He's after the buck.
It's very bad when you
exactly
have
what
to
he
talk
focuses
down your
on.
competitor. I never do that with Barbara. I
You
celebrate
just
her.
undercut your
And
competitor.
you should know something. The only reason she's here today is I bought her a new broom.
I'll tell you where I'll stick that broom.
They is
Listen, I don't know why you give up 20 when you can do a deal for 15. That makes no sense.
oh, okay,
The 5% is not going to change your life.
Yeah.
It
You're right.
really will not.
Very
If
expensive
you're a
long
$20
term.
million company, 5%, you won't even know you gave it.
yeah.
Barbara
do you
makes
wanna do, Tristan?
teach you more.
Okay.
I don't know. What he gonna do?
Kevin, you have a deal.
Yes, sir.
I don't think the other sharks like that, but he ended up getting the deal. He made the deal with Kevin. He was in a negotiation with both Kevin and Barbara. Kevin offered him initially 50%. He wanted to take 50% equity. Barbara gave her deal of 20% for what he was asking for, $250K. And right after that, Kevin came in and said he'll do the deal for 15%. 15%. He was originally at 50. So he ended up getting the deal. So the guy went with him, but he has a great business. He said he made $2.1 million already. He makes rings out of spoons. I don't know if it's still connected to the story because in the beginning when he did his introduction, he said that he traveled around and collected spoons from those places and made some spoons from that, and that's what was the business. So I don't know if that is a part of his whole story anymore. He only does the drops once a month. He came out with a deal with Kevin. He ended up getting a deal with Kevin for the 15%, and I really do hope that that proves to be profitable for him. And I want to see what else he comes up with because right now it's just him. He said he does the design off of some computer software now, 3D. So it's interesting to see how he's going to just scale it, but I'm so glad he was able to get a deal. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and sticking around till the end. Please don't forget to like the video and hit that subscribe button. I would really appreciate it, and check us out for the next one.